Hello, all of you nosy ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm just kidding. I opened it up. I said, ask me questions. What did I expect? My name is Jordy, if you don't know me, and today I went through 40 pages that included 600 questions and answered as many as I could while I did my makeup. I didn't talk about the makeup, I just did it while I was answering the questions. I hope this video isn't too boring for you guys. I hope you like my clickbaity title. It's an experiment. And I'm just gonna let you guys know right off the bat, this video is sponsored by Audible. You will learn what that is very shortly. If you wanna be a nosy Nelly and know everything about me, then keep watching. All right, let's get personal. I've got 40 pages here with 600 questions. There's no way I'm going to be able to answer them all, so I'm really sorry if I don't get to your question. To make this video a little bit shorter, I'm not even gonna read out the question, I'm just going to answer them. So this is just going to be a long video of me stating facts about myself, which to me sounds like an awful video. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. The first color I ever dyed my hair was, I think, blue. I started dyeing my hair when I was about 7 using food dye, Kool-Aid, literally anything I could to change the color of my hair. Are you surprised? Tattoo tour. I am going to do a tattoo tour for you guys, so I'm not gonna answer any questions about my tattoos because that's coming. My favorite look of 2018 was my anti-Valentine look. I loved that look. I loved that video. I love making videos like that. It's my favorite kind of video to make, the ones with no dialogue, just me being creative and adding in some weird music. I've always loved makeup. I knew from a really young age that I wanted this to be my career. I went to makeup school in 2008, and then from then on, I did various makeup jobs, freelancing, photo shoots, weddings, and that was my job before I started doing YouTube, and it kind of just transitioned from doing client makeup to doing YouTube and paid promotions and content creation for brands. That's how I got here. That's what I was doing before I was here. I stopped doing client freelancing because I just wasn't really enjoying it anymore. I did quite a bit of it, and I just really like teaching it on camera more than I like actually applying it in stressful situations. There are a ton of questions about lip filler. I've been getting my lips filled for about 2 years now. I go about every 6 months and get a half syringe of Juvederm Ultra, not to make them any bigger, just to upkeep the way they are. A little while back, I mentioned getting my lip filler dissolved. I got the filler dissolved because the product had built up in a lip shape that I wasn't really enjoying. So I had them dissolved, I rethought how I wanted my lips to look, and then I had a little bit of filler put in just so they look nice and natural. And I haven't been back to get more filler in a long time. Just like them how they are. I think the product is kind of built up in my lips enough now that they kind of just stay the way they are. My favorite eye color, of course, is brown, because don't we always want what we don't have? Also, both my children have brown eyes and they're beautiful. My favorite apps to edit photos in are Afterlight, and every once in a while I like to throw my photos into Fuji app, which makes them look kind of old and vintage and cool. I live in a really small town in British Columbia, and though it's not the most exciting place, there's really nothing going on here. There's no cool opportunities or jobs or a mall that's worth going to. I would never leave because this is where my kids go to school, this is where my family is, this is where their friends are, and I would never leave their dad. So this is where we stay. And I am okay with that. I started my Instagram first. I had no intention of ever starting a YouTube, and then when my Instagram started to get more traffic, all of the comments started to become, when do you make a YouTube channel? So I figured I should. So that came second. If this wasn't my job, I think that I would still be freelancing makeup because I love makeup so much. It's a career that you can actually make money in using your art and being creative. I've also always been really interested in interior design, all design. I love designing logos and t-shirts, I could see myself maybe, if I wasn't doing this, doing tattoos, something artsy. Favorite makeup product of this year, which seems like it would be a hard question, but for me it was not. The Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel is that I love that brow gel. It's made my brow routine a million times better. It's the one product that I would choose if I could only have one product if I was on a desert island. There's lots of questions about my kids. I've got 2 kids. Oliver is 8, he'll be 9 in May, and Maisie is 5 and she'll be 6 in April. They're both Taurus. How scary is that? If Ollie was a girl, I wanted to name him Edie, and when I was pregnant with Maisie, I was super obsessed with the name Monroe for a little girl. I think it's the cutest name. I had Oliver, my oldest, when I was 21, and that is quite young, but I feel like I was super party and irresponsible really young, so I got that out of the way, and by the time I was 21, it wasn't like I didn't feel like I was missing out on any of the kids stuff. I didn't feel like I was losing out on any opportunities. I was okay with having a baby, and even though it was scary and I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't know what I was gonna do about work or anything, I just knew deep down inside that I was gonna make it work, I was gonna make it good, and we've done all right. There were lots of questions about what kind of music I listen to, so I'm just going to link a playlist of a lot of my favorite music. I think there's over 400 songs now. It's a Spotify playlist, and I'll leave a link for you guys down below, and if I forget, please tell me. There were a couple questions also about my hair, asking if I was wearing extensions, and I don't actually have any extensions. My hair just had a crazy growth spurt. I'm not sure when it happened. I swear I woke up in the morning and I was like, whoa, my hair's long. And no, I do not take any weird hair supplements. I'm not sure how I feel about those. If you're new to my channel, you might not know that I only use cruelty-free makeup. The reason I went cruelty-free with my makeup was because it just seemed so ridiculous to harm innocent little creatures in the sake of vanity. There is literally no reason to test cosmetics on animals. It wasn't even a hard transition. There were a few products that it took me a few tries to find a cruelty-free replacement, but there's nothing that you can't get cruelty-free. And I think things are changing. I think that we're gonna see a lot of brands, like CoverGirl, that was huge, going cruelty-free. Hopefully in 2019. I'm pretty sure you guys can guess which makeup product I think is underused and underappreciated. It's blush! Blush is everything to me. I just think that adding blush to any look makes it 500 times cuter. I think if I went through all 600 questions and tallied up which question was most asked, it would be whether or not I'm having more babies. Y'all are nosy. Wow. No, but on the real, it's a legitimate question. Got 2 already, and I love being a mom. I guess we'll see. Only time will tell. I'm actually gonna make a video about both of my labor and delivery stories because I love talking about it, and I think it'd be a cool video for newly pregnant mamas or people who are considering having babies or already have babies and just like listening to birth stories. So I'm excited to make that video. That's one of the things I'd like to get more of on my channel for next year, which I guess could be one of my resolutions. I love doing makeup tutorials. It's my #1, but I think it'd be cool to share more stories with you guys, more about my life. Back to my hair. A few of you are wondering how I keep it healthy through all of the dyeing and bleaching and awful things I do to it. And I think the answer is Emily. I don't do my own hair. I would never bleach my own hair. Once in a while, I'll slap a color on my hair, but I don't do anything special to keep my hair healthy. I think that it's just because when I do awful things to my hair, Emily does it in a way that is not as damaging as it would be if I didn't go to a stylist. I also rarely style my hair with heat. I rarely blow dry my hair. I am super lazy. About to use my favorite product of 2018. Answering these questions without actually referencing the question is gonna make this seem like such a random video. I like to read, but I never have any time between being a mom, being a makeup artist, making content, trying to spend time with Luke, trying to spend time with my friends. I never have time to read. But recently I got a sponsor who sponsored this video, who made me realize that I can read while driving. Sounds really dangerous, but it's not. I've recently been listening to a book on Audible. It's actually really cool and I'm really enjoying it. It's a membership and every month you get an audiobook, and if you rip through them, you also get 30% off all of the other titles. I've been listening to a book called Tweak. I've been listening to it in the shower, in the car, when I'm doing chores. I tried to listen to the book while I was editing. Can't do that. I just actually had a thing pop up on Audible that told me I was a marathoner. So that felt like an achievement. It's an app so you can listen on all of your devices, and they have the largest selection of audiobooks on the planet. You guys should have seen Luke when I told him I was working with Audible. He already had a membership and is an audiobook fanatic. I should have got him to just write me a script for this, really. I've recently been diagnosed with something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. There's a few different types. I have hypermobility. This means my body doesn't use collagen properly and my joints are falling apart. And what they said was that I need to get stronger, aka go to the gym. If you know me, you know I don't want to go to the gym. But Audible has actually made me want to go to the gym because that means I can put my headphones on and listen to my book. I think it would also be a really cool gift to give someone a membership if they'd like to listen to books. All right, you can get your first audiobook for free along with 2 Audible originals by going to audible.com/itslikelymakeup or by texting It's Likely Makeup to 500500. Get listening. I tell my kids that. I love this question. Somebody asked which horror movie I would survive in. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. The answer is absolutely, positively none. I'm not much of a fighter. I think that I would be first to go. Unless maybe my kids were involved. My mama bear instincts would probably kick in and we would probably all survive. On the topic of makeup organization, I ain't got none. Also, one of my New Year's resolutions is to make my workspace more functioning. Because right now, let me tell you, it is not. I've got giant boxes throughout the house of a couple storage solutions, a new desk with more storage and more space. We've just been really super busy and we haven't had a chance to put it all together because I'm literally gonna have to take apart my whole workspace, take all of my makeup out of where it is. And that is overwhelming and I've got too much to do right now. Like hang out with you guys. Look at how tired I look. My eyes are just so sleepy. Last night, Luke was snoring and also yelling in his sleep. Maisie was yelling in her sleep. And even Gus was being loud. The whole household was being awful. I'm tired. There were a few astrology questions and I'm a Pisces. Nothing else matters. Pisces is the only sign I resonate with. So that's that. There are so many questions about Luke and I. How we met, when we're getting married, when we're having babies. I am going to force him to film with me and do a separate video on all of our history and... Oh no! Talking and eyelinering is difficult. All of our future plans. We've got a lot going on. And just gonna warn you now, it's gonna be pukey. It's gonna be cute, gross. I apologize in advance. I guess I could have just started off this video with all of the basic questions like my age. I am turning 30 on February 28th. I was born in 1989. I graduated in 2007. I mentioned that a little while ago and someone said that they were 3 in 2007 and it made me feel very old. What do I dislike about the beauty community and YouTube. I honestly try not to get involved in any of it. I don't watch YouTube. I don't involve myself in any of the drama most of the time. I don't even know what's going on because I don't want to know. I do think it's really unfortunate that drama and craziness gets the most views on YouTube, but I mean, of course it does. As much as it is kind of annoying, I do think there's room for all of us on YouTube, even my boring old makeup tutorials. I think you guys will not be surprised to find out that in high school I was a little goth. Maybe not a little goth, maybe a lot goth. My favorite band was Kitty. Raise your hand if you know the band Kitty, and then tell me that you did it because I can't see you. It was impossible to find the kind of clothing and accessories that I wanted at that point in time, 2004 in a small town. So I wore a dog collar with spikes. I managed to get a couple pairs of fishnets, pretty much just wore black, dyed my hair red, and got called a skid and got food thrown at me in the hallway. Thanks, guys. I'm still a baby goth in my heart. Where's my glue? Where's my eyelash glue? Being a mom, it is hard to find time to edit, to film, but I have weekends pretty much open for filming and editing because my babies go to their dad's house, and also they're both in school now, which has been hard for me to accept. And honestly, I thought I would be filming more. It has just been crazy. It's been crazy. And I hate filming with Luke in the house. I have to force him to leave. And I mean, sometimes he doesn't have anything to do. And I'm like, can you get out of the house so I can film? So I'm gonna have to just accept that he's gonna have to be here for me to film and listen to me act like an idiot on camera. He's gonna love it. My first job was traffic control. My mom owns a traffic control business. If you don't know what that is, it's the people that stand on the road when there's construction and control the traffic. Stop, slow, the people that you get mad at when you're late for work. And it was the worst job ever. Having a really hard time with my lashes. Too tired for this. In the winter, your feet would be so cold, they would be numb and aching. In the summer, it would be so freaking hot. Someone also asked if I ever smoked. And yes, I did briefly, because the only thing you can do when you're standing in the middle of the road and there's no traffic is smoke. So that wasn't very good. Do not smoke now. I haven't smoked cigarettes since I was 20. I'm almost 30, so that's 10 years nicotine free. A lot of you have been wondering what happened to this piercing that I had here. I loved that piercing. I thought it was really cool. It was fun to get jewelry for. But having something here on my face that would hit really low on the bottom of my mouth around my kids and Luke, who sometimes likes to kiss me quite aggressively, same with my children, started to get really annoying and really painful. I would get hit all the time, and it just wasn't worth it anymore. So out she came. If I could collab with anyone, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Me, myself. I want my own brand. So keep your eyes open for that. I don't know why I even put on eyelashes. Why am I doing this? I don't even want to wear them. My already sleepy eyes are just gonna fall shut. I was hoping they would make me look more awake, but they're just making me feel more tired. Favorite self-care? I love doing masks. It's for sure my favorite. I love baths. I love Lush. Bath bombs, bubble bars, all of it. I also, just a few weeks ago, had my first ever massage. Wow. I think it released some kind of tension, because I shit you not, the next day I slept 20 hours. I have never done that. I thought I was dying, but it was so good. All right, here's some quick faves. My favorite color, I think, is peach. My favorite season is summer. I love summer. I actually get pretty bad seasonal depression during the winter and the rainy months. If I was a plant, I would be some kind of cutesy flower, maybe a daisy. I love flowers. If I was a mythical creature, I would for sure be a fairy. I think I might have been a fairy in a past life. I do not wear makeup every day. I probably go without makeup more than I actually wear makeup. Just trying to bang out some questions before I run out of makeup to do. I use the Sigma brush shampoos for cleaning my brushes. I reached out to them recently to make sure that everything was cruelty-free, and they assured me that all of their makeup, brushes, and brush cleaning products are now all free of animal testing of all kinds. My favorite subject in school was art. In grade 12, I actually organized my schedule, so I had 4 art blocks. I did art all day. My favorite Post Malone song right now is Stay off Beer Bongs and Bentleys. My favorite cartoon when I was a kid was Betty Boop. I had Betty Boop everything. Betty Boop t-shirts, Betty Boop lunch kit, Betty Boop watch, Betty Boop necklace, Betty Boop posters. And now as an adult, I've got her on my hand forever. My favorite animal is an elephant shrew. When they show up in nature documentaries or anything really, I am so overwhelmed with their cuteness that I cry. If I ever saw an elephant shrew in person, I'm not sure what I would do. I'd be a mess. I love them. Their little snouts and their little tongues. I'm getting emotional right now just thinking about how cute they are. I don't even get that way about my own children. No, that's a lie. I definitely do. I find my inspiration for my makeup everywhere. Definitely lots of other artists, color schemes of just random images, makeup products themselves. Like I'm often super inspired by the layout and shades in a palette. I try and keep my eyes open for inspiration at all times. In nature, at the store, on the internet. It is hard to stay inspired, but when I have no idea what I'm doing, if I just sit down and create something, usually it goes all right. And though it is really discouraging when I sit down and create something with not knowing what I'm doing and it doesn't go well, I think it's always good practice anyway. Somebody asked how people react when I tell them I have a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't. Usually I say something like, I'm a content creator or I'm in video production, not because I find it embarrassing that I make YouTube videos, but when I tell someone I'm a YouTuber, the amount of questions that come with that is very overwhelming. So sometimes it's just easier for me to throw a different title out there. I'm not lying, I'm just withholding some information. Managing friendships while being a super busy mom is difficult, but my friendships definitely consist of quality over quantity, and my good friends are all busy moms too. And they're the kind of friendships where you can go a while without seeing each other, even without talking, and it's okay because we have a mutual understanding of each other's lifestyles. And then we get together and it's amazing and wonderful. All I've got left to do is put on some lip stuff, so I'm going to answer one more question, a popular question about body confidence. Ugh. I make lookbook videos that show my body, I post images that show my body, and I know it probably seems like since I post that I am body confident, but girl, I'm not. My eyelash is falling off, I'm gonna fix that while we chat. I started antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication, I guess that was about 2 years now. When I started, I weighed 140 pounds. I was pretty small, I'm 5'7", I was pretty small. In a year of being on medication, I gained 60 pounds. I was up to 200 pounds. Did that help my mental state? Not at all. It's been about a year now that I've been off medication and I'm down to 175 pounds. I'm not comfortable with my body. The thing though that I have to always tell myself to be more body confident is that it really does not matter. It's a flesh suit. It's completely irrelevant to who you actually are. And yes, I do wish that I would lose all that weight and I could wear all of my old clothes and shop easily in any store. But it's just clothes. It's just a body. It doesn't matter. We're all smart and funny and cool, and we can work on it. Doesn't matter. All right, guys, I'm done my makeup. I'm gonna put my greasy, gross hair in a ponytail and head off to the store and run other various errands. How fun. Thank you guys for sitting through my blabbing. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something new in this video about me. If not, I'm sorry. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.